and welcome to Christmas Baking with Taylor
and Jenna.
Today we're making cake pops, two different types really. The first one is normal cake
Traditional pop.
Another one is a cake in the shape of a ball, so like a pop.
So here's some of our ingredients. So first we have a kit, and the kit comes with some chocolate melt, which these you melt for like a coating around, which you can also add food coloring for color. They also come with the sticks for the cake pops, some sprinkles, and candy cane powder for on top to decorate, and then lastly some cake pop batter. And then we also have some additional like candy melts just to add more colored coating on the top. We also have other things that we need, like some eggs. We also need butter, and you want a 1/4 cup of softened butter, and you also want 4 tablespoons of softened butter once the cakes are done. So then we also want some vanilla extract, and then we also need some like Pam or some sort of grease so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And then lastly we need powdered sugar. So let's get started. So we should make the batter. So we're gonna get a sized bowl. First step is grease and flour 9-inch round baking pan. So we're gonna get out a baking pan so that when we grease it, it's ready for the cake when we're done. So we're gonna need our eggs, our butter, our vanilla, and the cake pop mixture. So a good trick when baking is always crack the eggs first. So when you whisk it, you can make sure they're perfectly whisked before you add other ingredients, and it's kind of hard to tell.
How many eggs?
So 2. Right now I'm just going to whisk the eggs. And then the next step is to add the butter, the vanilla extract, and the powder. So what we're going to do, I think we should do all the liquids and then slowly add. Okay, we're going to microwave our butter, but now I'm going to do the vanilla extract. So Taylor, can you get me a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 2/3 cup of milk? Okay, so our eggs are pretty well combined. I'm gonna get them.
Okay, so 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We have this handy dandy teaspoon measurer.
And then we also need 2/3 cup of milk. So these are 1/3, so we're gonna add 2 of these.
A trick is to naturally soften butter is to leave it out overnight, because then it just softens and it's super easy to mix.
Okay, so
You don't have to microwave or anything, so basically it's super
so
easy.
let me show you how I'm gonna make my cake pops. So Taylor's gonna do the traditional where you bake it, you mush it, and then you fridge it. But today I'm gonna be using this cake pop machine, and this I believe is from Target. And so what it is, they're holes shaped as like cake pops. So when you bake the cake, it'll become a circle. So that's what I'm gonna be using.
Alright, our butter is softened, but I accidentally over softened
So
it, so it's melted.
Considered melted. So another baking tip is because eggs are cold and butter is hot, add a little bit. Taylor, so please add a little bit, just to make sure that you don't cook the egg, because you don't want scrambled eggs in your cake.
That'd be gross.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna finish our last whisking, and I think we can get started on.
You can add the cake.
So I'm gonna cut open the cake, and Taylor's gonna be in charge of whisking. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add little by little.
It smells pretty good. What's flavor? It's vanilla cake.
Yeah.
It's a white cake pop thing. We're just gonna.
And then we'll add some fun like color frostings.
oven is already preheated.
To 325.
Yeah, so we just gotta get this batter going. And then I have to still spray our 9-inch round baking pan.
So after you finish, this is what it's gonna start to look like. Just a basic cake batter. And this is yellow cake mix.
And the consistency is pretty, it's viscous, but it still has like a liquid.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm just gonna, there we go. I'm just gonna spray.
Not too close.
Did I get it?
You can go around again. Not too close because you don't want to clump up. That should be good. Okay. Because also we're only doing. So because we're making two different types, but we're using one cake batter, we're only gonna really put half of the batter into the bowl, and then the other half I'll be recording what I do over there.
I'm just gonna pour half of it. You can help me estimate. Alright, so I'm going to throw this cake in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes, or until I put the toothpick in and it doesn't come out raw.
And while she's doing that, I'm gonna be making the other vanilla cake mix so we can have 2 batches of cake.
And it has basically the same recipe, so it's not going to be different. So just take this, throw it in the oven, you just put it in there, and I'll see you in a half hour or so.
You might have seen that we finished making the cake batter. So right now my cake pop machine is preheating, and so first I'm just gonna get a little bit of canola oil or like Pam, and I'm gonna start off by spraying it so that the cake pop
I'm here to assist.
doesn't like
Can you
stick
not
to the
attack
bottom.
this?
Okay. So that should be it. And now I'm gonna
Hold on,
start.
excuse me. You got some on this little container here that you probably cannot see. Oh, you can see it.
Okay. So, yep, now it's green. Now, I'm gonna spoon just into each of the bottom layer a spoon, or maybe a little bit less than a tablespoon, sorry. Just doesn't need to be so perfect.
How long to cook?
Like 3 minutes.
3 minutes. You heard it straight from here. The first cake we made has 14 minutes left, so it's been cooking for like 17 minutes. So we'll be waiting on those, and then we have to let it cool, so the first batch is gonna take a lot longer than this batch. Meanwhile, I'm over here dancing. Oh, by the way, we put on aprons because we were worried we were gonna dirty ourselves.
Because I just did.
Oh, you did? Evidence. Yeah.
I just finished my last one. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close it and then time it for just an even it out. Minutes. Okay. So I'll show you when they're done.
Stirring about. Alright. That.
Okay, so now my cake pops I think are done because I smell a strong smell of it. I'm gonna
Take a
open it
whiff
up.
of this. Wow, that's a beauty.
Those actually are really good. Like, look at that one.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if
I'll show you the plate ones.
So let me get just another.
spongy. So that's how you know it's a cake. That's how you know.
That's how you know. So actually, what did I do? 3 minutes or 2 minutes?
Yeah, it was 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
We
is
stopped it a little
perfect
before
time.
3 minutes. We stopped it a little before 3 minutes because we could smell them and we knew that.
And I feel like I can do 2 batches and then respray it.
Yeah, because they're easily sterilized.
So now I'm gonna quickly transition. So even if you need a little bit more, just put it on top. So I'm gonna start my other batch and I'll show you when that one's done. Oh, there's our timer. So now that means our second batch of cake pops are done. So this is gonna be the last one I'm gonna show you because I don't want to bore you. So we'll show you then what Taylor's cake pops are doing. Well, this batch is quite long. There's a whole lot of overflowing, but that's okay.
And the first cake we got going is almost done. So we have a couple minutes and then I gotta make sure, I mean, it's not like
You can get
raw on the inside.
So we'll do the toothpick check.
If you wanna taste it, this is what the outside of it looks like. And also I pulled out my wire rack to let the first cake sit on and cool. I guess the good news is, if it breaks, it'll be alright because I'm gonna end up breaking it anyways, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect. These last couple of cake pops are actually really nicely shaped. Thank you. This is mine. Like this one, it's pretty much a really good ball. You can see that. Just a bit flattened for where I had it on the spoon. But
Okay. So the cake is done. I'm just gonna.
and we'll show you how it turns out.
Alright, I just pulled the cake out of the oven, and what I'm gonna do is cut off the brown little crusty edges. Let me show you that. Because the cake pop doesn't need all this brown.
You don't want that mixed in with your cake.
I just have a normal knife. Normal cutting knife. And it says about an 1/8 inch around. Sorry, my sister is just, she's trying to finish it. She has to finish it. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. So, I'm going to try this. We're gonna flip the cake upside down onto this rack. Ooh, I really hope this works. I didn't plan that out. Oh, hot. I'm kidding, I didn't touch it. Woo! How do you get this thing off?
You know what you should do?
Just scoop it. I forgot to cut it out of this. So, what I'm gonna do is actually first is cut, like make sure it's loose from the outside so that it can fall easily. And then let it cool. Then once it's cold, yep, there it goes. That worked very nicely. It's splashed a little everywhere, but now I can't move it. It's just gonna stay here on this rack.
So we're gonna now let that cake cool.
Yeah.
So we'll
And
show
I'll
you
clean
when
up
it's done.
the under of it. So yeah, I'll see you later. This cake worked pretty well, actually. I'm proud of it.
Show you when it's done.
I'm just going to take off these brown pieces that are burnt, and yeah, see you later. Welcome back. So now the cake is cooled. I have felt it, and I am going to mix it in this bowl with 4 tablespoons of milk, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm wearing gloves, so it's a more sanitary idea. So I'm just gonna take the cake and crumble it into this bowl. I'm wearing gloves, remember, so it's clean. And the cake pops Jenna made are done, so we need to let those cool, and then we'll dip them in our white chocolate. And we have different color chocolate melts, white chocolate melts, I guess. This is the consistency you want because it's really packable. So I'm just gonna finish making all the cake pops, and then I'm gonna freeze them for a half hour
And put sticks in them.
and put sticks in them. So, bye. Hi, we're back. My cake pops are frozen. They were just came out of the freezer. And now what I'm gonna do is take my chocolate melts or vanilla melts.
Your candy melts.
My vanilla
Candy melts.
candy melts. Open the bag. Yeah. And pour them into a bowl. I'm just gonna start off with all of them. All of them. I mean,
I'm gonna start off with all of them.
I'm gonna start off with putting all of them. And microwave it for 40 seconds. You do not need for 30 to 40 seconds. You don't really need the Crisco because that's just extra fat. So here we go.
So while she's doing that, so what our ideas are, we're gonna dip each of our cake pops, whether it's the baked one or the mushed up or like classic ones, and then we'll be taking various colors. So we have pink, vibrant green, and then some blue, and we'll melt those, and then we can do designs with using just a plastic sandwich bag and then cutting off the top. So we'll first we're gonna wait for all the white chocolate to melt, and then we'll be dipping all of our cake pops or cake balls into the white chocolate, so then start the design. And there goes the chocolate.
I'll give it 1 second. Jen, do you know?
Get the dang chocolate.
What? Didn't go get it herself.
I don't know.
No, you know what she was doing?
She was waiting.
She's still recording.
Yeah.
She was doing this.
Really?
Okay, so after 30 seconds, these chips are not melted.
And one of them.
Whoops. I'm gonna actually go for another 35 to 40
Like
seconds.
said before you put it in.
Twist it.
Jenna, stop. Jenna, stop.
Your hair looks weird. Stop being a weirdo. I'm hanging from the chandelier. You're sweet.
I just threw the melting. Stop it! Hi, we're back. This
After
is
40
way more
seconds in the
melting.
microwave.
Yeah, you're gonna want
About
close
a
to a minute. And then, so what I'm gonna do is quite simple.
We're gonna set up a tray with some wet parchment paper.
And you want to make sure the chocolate's melted with a very liquidy consistency. Alright. We're just gonna try this out. Take a cake pop. You know, scooch this, whoa. You're nasty.
Okay, so now that Taylor's
Washed her hands.
so after you spread it out a little bit. Taylor, I did it.
Awesome.
It looked very weird. Mine look easier.
Can I do mine though? Because
No,
I've been waiting all
not
month
fair.
for these.
So am I. It took forever. I've been
So the
waiting.
stick's really kind of just falling out of the cake pop. Jenna, I said I was doing mine. So why?
We have
No.
some more sticks.
We're gonna need to microwave some more melting chocolate because this you didn't do it all? No. Okay,
cool
move.
stuff
You can
out.
take it out. You can't do this till I'm done.
Sprinkle.
And then we're gonna get just 3
Really?
cake pops. I don't know. We can't give these
What
away.
do you think?
Nobody was planning on it. It's terrible. Look, they're fishy, and you know it's
Are you making cookie dough?
No, it's disgusting. I'm in balls of poop. I'm not ready. Need more chocolate.
When?
No, you don't. Give me more chocolate. Stop it. No, I'm
you
not letting. Stop letting you. I'm not letting you. I'm not letting you.
Oh, Taylor, nobody's gonna eat that. And then she's like,
Okay, so I'm gonna microwave some more melting chocolate.
did she?
There's the blue icing. There's the pink icing.
Oh,
She better. I have a lot more than her nasty balls.
Stop. You have to small.
They're disgusting.
Stop.
They are.